Welcome everybody to this edition of Mark Knight TV. I am your host, Mark Knight, and I'm coming from you live from my favorite location. We're going to talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, which I like to call the Brock Lesnar Show, aka People Power Week number 4. Raw eliminated last night from Detroit, Michigan at the Joe Louis Arena, the host Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler. We open up with a big promo with Teddy Long, John Cena, John Laurinaitis, and Edge. Edge basically comes out. I'm going to give you the highlights. And Edge basically comes out and tells John Cena, you know what, I don't know who you are, but the John Cena I know was a guy who fought tooth and nail in order to keep his championship and to be the very best in his company. So if you lose this match to Brock Lesnar, to a guy who doesn't care about WWE nor the universe, you're going to be slapping the face of guys like The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and myself. So you need to wake up and beat this guy. I'm telling you to beat him, not asking. Then we go into the very first match, which is Kofi Kingston versus Chris Jericho. Very good wrestling match. During the course of the match, Lawler and Cole pondered the question, is Jericho the new cerebral assassin? That's a very interesting point. We'll get into that later on. But during the course of the match, there was a lot of high spots between both guys. But at the end, it was Jericho defeating Kofi Kingston with a high-rise code breaker and the walls of Jericho to get the win. Then he cut the promo talking about how he's going to defeat CM Punk in front of his family and friends, and he's going to give him a gift later on tonight. Then we go into talking about more Brock Lesnar. They show one of his highlight matches with him beating Jeff Hardy. Then, of course, they show a little more later on with him beating Hulk Hogan and him beating Kurt Angle. So, of course, obviously, he's beating a lot of the TNA superstars at this point in time. We have a backstage segment with Johnny Ace and Eve Torres. Eve Torres is now the assistant administrative assistant to Johnny Ace right now. Same like Karen Angle was in charge of the Divas. The Knockouts. This is what Eve Torres is doing right now. Then they hype up the interview with Brock Lesnar, talking about how he's an ass kicker and so forth. Then Josh Matthews interviews CM Punk. Jericho sends Punk his gift, a liquid basket, letting Josh know to take the basket, but he tells him on Sunday he's going to give Jericho the best gift that keeps on giving, but he keeps the bottle of Jack Daniels. Then we have a match between Giant Bernard, aka Lord Tensai, or Matt Bloom, versus Ron the True Killings. Tensai in full control of the match, defeating Ron Killings with the Baldo Bomb, and then with Devon Eric on STO to get the win. Then we get into a promo with Kane and Randy Orton, Falls Count Anywhere. The hype of the match calls Orton a scared little boy since Kane attacked his dad. Randy Orton pops up on the screen and he has Paul Bearer strapped up to a chair and his mouth taped open and throws him into a freezer. Kane says, you know, that's fine. I'm not going to save my dad because I've always been the devil's favorite son. So you know what, it is what it is. So as he's leaving the ring, Randy Orton comes out and then you see these guys rolling throughout the arena and you see Randy Orton using a lead pipe to attack Kane. Then we have a backstage segment with Alex Riley and Jericho with Riley saying, listen, Punk is in the locker room having a drink. If you don't believe me, come take a look. They take a look and you see CM Punk on the phone, and you see him with a drink in his hand, but you see the bottle of Jack Daniels, but the Jack Daniels is still full. I wonder what's going on with that. Then we had a tag match between Alberto Del Rio and Cody Rhodes versus the Big Show and the Great Khali. Pretty good tag match between both guys, or all four guys. Now, the two giants, they end up being hurt. Last week you saw that Cody Rhodes attacked the Great Khali and clipped him on the leg, and tonight you saw, well, last night you saw the same thing take place with the Big Show. Of course, Cody Rhodes putting on the 54 leg lock to wear down the Big Show, and Jerry Lawler doing a very good job about expressing how painful the 54 leg lock truly is. During the course of the match, Del Rio comes in, he gets in control, but then he bounces out and takes a powder and leaves Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring, only to get chopped by Khali and then to get the choke slam by the Big Show. Your winners of this tag match was Big Show and the Great Khali. Then Cole and Lawler, they hype up the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and they're talking about for the first time ever on YouTube, you'll get a chance to see the first ever open rules or opener show, or the dark match, which is going to be. So they're going to air the dark match, which is going to be for the United States heavyweight titles. The Miz challenges Santino Marella for the championship. Then backstage we have Jericho, Eve Torres, Johnny Ace, and Teddy Long setting up to have CM Punk take a sobriety test in public, and then make Teddy Long go out there and tell Punk that if he does not do this, and if he does fail, he's going to have to relinquish the title and give it to Chris Jericho. Then, as they're going to pan out for the next segment, Brock Lesnar comes into the arena, taking his sweet time, and he's interviewed by Josh Matthews. Josh Matthews then gets assaulted by Brock Lesnar, selling the fact that this guy is a beast and he doesn't care about nothing and no one. Then we go into Nikki Bella challenging Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship. The match becomes a lumberjill match. Pretty decent match between both Nikki and Beth, but during the end of the match, Beth Phoenix sprains her ankle. Nikki gets the roll up and she is now the new Divas Champion, ending Beth Phoenix's 200-day run as the Divas Champion. Then we have the backstage segment leading up into the breathalyzer test between CM Punk and Teddy Long. So now we come to the ring. Teddy Long is there, calls out CM Punk, but Jericho comes out and he says, "No, I'm going to stand right here and see if you do this thing effectively, so there will be no bouncers or screws." Punk comes out. He's playing drunk to the entire crowd. It looks like he is totally wasted. I've seen people drink and get wasted, but nothing like that. So, in the course of this, he's about to relinquish the belt, but he says, "Give me one more chance." So he goes and he walks the line, backwards and forwards, reciting the alphabet backwards. As soon as he gets to Eddie, he gets to Jericho's face and pops him upside the head with the microphone, and they start brawling out and fighting all the way up to the entrance of the arena. And then Teddy Long gives CM Punk back the championship belt. And here we go with the next matchup, which is Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Special referee Danny Bryan. It becomes a screw job because Danny Bryan is antagonizing Sheamus. They hit him and punch him or whatever. This distracts Sheamus. Mark Henry hits him with a lariat and gets a pinfall. It's a quick count, 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Mark Henry. Thus causes Sheamus to kind of like go off the handle and goes after Danny Bryan and puts the beats to him. But during the course of this, Danny Bryan hooks him up and he puts him in the yes lock. Then we have a backstage promo with Sheamus and Matt Striker. Sheamus letting Matt Striker know that he's going to cut this guy's head off. He's no saint. He's going to let him know what's going on. Then we have the World Tag Team Champions, the Colon Brothers, Epico and Primo versus Zack Ryder and Santino Marella. Very good tag match. The champs were in control for most of the match. This was their second televised match in some time. They did pretty decent. The finish was Primo hitting the drop kick on Santino, and Santino rolling out of it and hit him with the Cobra to get the win. Zack Ryder and Santino was victorious that night. And we have a backstage segment with Kane now entering the deep freezer to get Paul Bearer, only to take him out the freezer and to push him back in lane. Then we have the tag team champions, arguing over who lost and why they lost, and out comes AEW handing out business cards once again, letting them know that, listen, you've been on the ball with this, let me hook you guys up. Looking to make him the next Jim Cornette, I don't know, we'll see where it goes from there. Then we have a tag match, special tag match, Hornswoggle and Brodus Clay versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Very good match, but the match ends up becoming a DQ because Vicky Guerrero interferes in the match. She walks in and causes for the team to get counted out. Now, the interesting part about this match is the fact that Dolph Ziggler and Hornswoggle are actually going out and trading blows, beating the start out of each other. One of the best high spots in there was a spinning head scissor that Hornswoggle gave to Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler sold like $1 million. Dolph Ziggler's the man. If he can go in there and he can take on this guy, Hornswoggle, like that, it goes to show you that he is definitely going to be the future of this business. And we have the contract signing with Johnny Ace and Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Before this goes on, Lesnar makes a few demands, letting them know that he wants to fly to the corporate, come to the arena in the corporate jet. He'll come to the arena late whenever he wants to, and that the billing on Raw should change to now Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar, and that he's the face of the company. If he don't get it, then he's not signing the contract and the match is not happening. John Cena comes out. He doesn't say anything. He signs the contract. Lesnar looks dead at him and says, "You know what? I like what's going on right here. I feel your vibe. You're scared, and I'm going to beat the living dog out of you. This isn't wrestling. This is a real deal. Extreme Rules on Sunday, you're going to get yours." And they close off the show from there. Overall, I give the show a 3.5. 3 hours, Monday Night Raw. They did pretty decent stuff. interesting notes, like I said, the Divas Championship changed hands on Raw. First time in a while. The tag team belts changed. The tag team belts were not defended, but the champions were on the show for the first time in a while. The interesting thing enough about this with the Bella Twins, their contract is up, and they were talking that they might not even resign, but then all of a sudden they put the Divas Championship on Nikki Bella. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen from this point on. I know that Vince McMahon is very high on the Bella Twins, and he wants them on a lot of the segments, so that's going to be very good. Inside, need I say more? I think he's starting to grow on me. Victorious over John Cena last week. Victorious over Ron Killings last night. This whole Brock Lesnar thing is going to be very interesting, and I think that there's going to be a big payoff on this one. Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, very good payoff on this one as well. And then, of course, Santino Marella rolling on a very, very good win streak. Basically, the guy is like red hot right now, so it's like no one can beat this guy. And then, of course, Brodus Clay and Hornswoggle definitely doing their thing. Very good match, very entertaining segment, very entertaining stuff. And like I said, look out for Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler's that dude. And then, of course, we're going to talk about this long, boring John Laurinaitis thing. He is so pathetic, really, really pathetic. And I hope and pray that this thing really comes to a halt. And like my boy Darren said, it's interesting to see how this guy is running roughshod with all this stuff. So either way, thank you for checking out the show. Thank you for your support. Leave your name and comments underneath. Actually, I don't know why I keep saying leave your name and comments. Leave your comments underneath the Twitter. Oh God, I'm sorry. Leave your comments underneath the comment section of the YouTube page. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, XMNightbuster. And for those that do have it, you can also follow me on Instagram, the little photo thing. I'm just putting up a couple of my pictures and stuff like that. Just some of the things that I'm interested in as far as like the photos that I like to take, which is a lot of nature stuff, a lot of stuff from my church, and things that I like to do for fun, and a whole bunch of things of myself. But be sure to do that. And also, like I said, hit me on the Facebook. You got any comments? Like the video. Do that. I really appreciate your support, and I love you all, and I just want to say to everybody, thank you once again, and God bless you. If you have any comments, feel free. If you like the show, feel free to say so. Let me know. I hope you guys do like the show, because I like it. As a matter of fact, I enjoy it. Heck, I enjoy it even much because I produce this thing. But enough about that. I got some things to take care of. But again, follow me on Twitter, XMNightbuster, Instagram, XMNightbuster, Facebook, Mark A. Morel, and leave your comments, leave your questions, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So until then, folks, I will see you guys sometime this week. Hopefully, I'll get to do a TNA show. If I don't do a TNA show, if I don't do a SmackDown show, I normally don't do SmackDown, but I'll try to do everything that I can as far as like the pay-per-view, Extreme Rules coming up this Sunday. So until then, folks, this is the execution of Mark Knight. It's good for me and it's bad for you. And also, support your local independent wrestling groups out there because they need your support. Take care.